I said it a couple times. I said, "Dad, time to get up. Dad, time to get up." And it hit me. My name is Travis Buzzell, and I am owner of Coast to Coast Studios. This is my story of the day that changed my life forever. It was January 22nd that changed my life. I'm gonna start with January 21st. It was Martin Luther King Day. It was a Monday. We had no school that day, but unfortunately I had a dentist appointment. My dad brought me to the dentist that day, and afterwards I got home. It was snowy out. There was a lot of snow on the ground, and my best friend Christian lived right down the road. I hit him up and we were making plans to meet at Moosehorn Pond in Hubbardston, Massachusetts. I rode my snowmobile out there. I got gas, spent the whole day riding with him. I got home late at night. My dad cooked us supper, and he would fall asleep on the living room floor. We watched TV, and I remember walking past him, going to bed, and I was excited for the next day because it was a new semester. I looked at him and I said, "Love you, Dad," and I went to sleep knowing that there was a new semester the next day. And I planned on waking up early. I set my alarm super early, 5:30. I remember my alarm went off. I woke up. I remember it was dark. I climbed over my dog and I went to go shut off my alarm, and I heard my dad snoring. He always snored. He snored loud, but it was odd. And I went to go turn on the light, and I remember pausing. I remember specifically pausing and saying, "This sounds different." But I remember saying, "Nah." I turned on my light and I got ready. I took a shower, and I remember being in the shower and my grandfather knocking on the door real loud, just trying to get in the bathroom. And I remember brushing my teeth, and I could hear my dad's alarm clock going off, and he was a heavy sleeper, so I wasn't surprised. My grandpa knocked on the door again, said I need to use the bathroom. There was only one bathroom in the house. So I got out of the bathroom, and right across the hall was my dad's room, and his alarm clock was still going off. And I would wake him up every morning right before I went to school, and I opened his door. It was dark, and I said, "Dad, time to get up." His alarm was still going off, and I said it a couple times. I said, "Dad, time to get up, come on." And there was no answer. So I tried turning off his alarm. I couldn't see, and I was like, "Dad, time to get up." I went to the light and I turned the light on, and I saw him there. He was laying there, his eyes were open, and he was discolored. It didn't hit me right away. I said it a couple times. I said, "Dad, time to get up. Dad, time to get up." And it hit me. I ran to him. I felt his pulse. There was no pulse. I screamed, "Dad, time to get up." And I ran to the bathroom and I said, "Grandpa, Dad's not breathing." And he rushed out and said, "Call 911. So I called 911 and I said, "My dad's not breathing. We need help." they instructed me to go into the room with my grandfather, pull my dad to the floor, and give him CPR. They said, your grandfather needs to pump on his chest and you need to blow into his mouth. So we did it for about 5 to 10 minutes, and they finally showed up. Felt like a lifetime. They rushed in, directed us to get out of the room, and my grandfather said, call your grandmother. I called once, she didn't answer. I got a phone call back and I said, Dad's not breathing. Meet us at the hospital. And that was one of the hardest things I've ever been through. My grandmother lost her first son back in 98 or 99, and my mom was dealing with cancer up in Maine. I remember my dad got taken out on the stretcher and we followed the ambulance as fast as we could. I remember looking up at the moon and saying, my life is forever changed. It's never gonna be the same. One thing, we were riding behind the ambulance all the way to Gardner, and it pulled over. The ambulance pulled to the side of the road, and if anyone's watching, I've always questioned why it pulled over. And it stopped for a few moments, and then it again proceeded. We got to the hospital. In the waiting room, I was just praying to God that something would go through. The guy came in, and I remember I was reading a telephone book, and I looked up and I knew right away that he was gone, and that day changed my life forever. I remember laying my head back and wondering what my life was gonna be like, how I was gonna pull through this. I was 14 years old and I saw two paths and I saw two roads. I saw a road of self-pity and sorrow and drugs and alcohol. And I saw a road of chasing a dream and making my dad proud. I've told a few people my story very briefly, and I also wrote an essay going into college about that whole morning and how it pushed me to find photography, and my grandparents adopted me, and I drowned myself in creating art that people loved and enjoyed looking at. And I'm making this video today not to make you feel bad for me, or I'm making this video today to inspire you. If you're going through a hard time, if you're going through something so tragic, choose a road that makes you proud, number one, makes your life worth living, and also makes the person that you've lost proud. If you're going through anything else, any hardship, this video is to show you that I was a kid left in the world, what I felt alone. I then graduated high school, put myself through college, tried to make my grandma proud, and I felt I finally did that. I packed a backpack and a camera. I left Hubbardston, Massachusetts in 2014, and I've been traveling the country ever since, chasing a passion and chasing a dream. this video is meant to inspire you to do the same thing and realize that the hardest steel is burned from the hottest flame, guys. These hardships in your life are there and put in front of you to make you the strongest person possible. And I want you guys to know from the bottom of my heart, I believe in you. And if you have any questions, anything, I'm here for you. I support you. And I love you guys. Thank you for listening to my story.